To make the bullion knot, what I'm going to do is come up through the top of my line there, and then I'm going to go down at the bottom and then back up through the hole where I started. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same hole, it can also be right next to it. And I'm just going to leave my needle eye sitting there at the bottom, and I'm going to begin to wrap my floss around the needle. Here I'm using my thumb to kind of help hold things in place and slide my thread all the way down to the bottom. It's also important not to make this too tight, as it will be really hard to pull the thread little loops down the needle. So here I'm using my thumb to hold things in place, as they will want to pop off a bit. And you'll just want to wrap until about the amount that you've wrapped on your needle is as long as the line that you're wanting to fill. Once you have everything wrapped, you'll just want to grab your needle and kind of hold everything with your thumb in place and pull that needle. It might be a little bit tricky to get it at first, but once you have it, you'll want to slide all those little loops and that thread down the needle and off the needle. I find it helpful to kind of push that, but also twist the needle, and it helps it all kind of come free. Then I'm going to pull this thread all the way through while holding on to what I've already stitched, and lay it into place down there so that it covers my line. And here it might kind of look loose and a little wobbly, so just push those threads back up and then go down through the fabric at the end of this knot, and there you will have created your first bullion knot. So let's go ahead and do that again. So I'm coming up through the fabric, down through the fabric, and then up where I first started. And I'm going to begin to loop once I have that needle eye just outside of the fabric. And I'm going to begin to wrap. And I also find it helpful, as you can see here, like my index finger underneath the hoop is kind of holding the needle up, which helps me be able to wrap a bit easier. And you'll just have to find what's comfortable for you, as this stitch is a bit more tedious and awkward at first, but once you get it down pat, you'll have it forever. And so here I also like to do it this way so that it kind of hits my nail and gets stuck there, so that I don't necessarily have to hold it in place. It just kind of naturally gets stuck. So you'll just have to experiment and see what feels best for you. And once I have all of my little loops on there, I'm pulling my needle, and then I'm going to help the thread go down the needle by just pushing it down. And then at the same time, I'm going to twist my needle here to help the threads come off. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to see. And then just pull everything nice and tight and push those little loops up the thread and secure it in place by going down through the fabric. I hope you enjoyed this stitch, and until next time, my friends, happy stitching!